What is going on, everyone? My name is Bancroft. Thank you for tuning in. And today we're doing another weekly update because I'm trying to do these more on a weekly basis. I don't know if this is going to drop towards the end of the day Monday or even Tuesday, but it'll be one of the two. And obviously, by the time this drops, we'll already have one of our matchups for this week. And we'll get to those in a second. Like always, there's buttons, links, check them out down below. Let's get into it. So, things to expect for this week. We do have a Times Wars video coming out, which is the Bulma taking on Beerus, just because she slapped Beerus one time in the show. Cool. We wanted to incorporate that because there is a Bulma leader, and there's multiple Beerus leaders, and obviously we're choosing the Beerus ramp leader. So it'll be kind of who floods who first. One is flooding for energy, one is flooding for just battle cards on the board to protect themselves, and then hopefully go wide down the road. For matchups, we have a Dragon Ball Masters game, which is me showcasing the trio Saiyans, Son Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks, which is what won the poll last week. And stay tuned to the end of this video for our next poll for either hopefully next week or in 2 weeks. I'm trying to cut down to every week instead of every other week, but we'll see what happens. I do have a Fusion World video, and this is not a starter deck one. It will be a set one. There's only one set, but it's the set Goku, not the starter deck Goku, taking on starter Vegeta. And hopefully, as weeks go on, maybe I'll incorporate more and more stuff with that. And I'm going to do a profile on my Goku deck as well. And obviously, after the profile, I'll kind of talk about the things I would change when I get more of the cards. I was only able to open one box as of right now, so I'm missing some cards I would like to throw in there instead. But hey, it got me, where I needed to be. Oh, that was, yeah, it fell. There's a new card game coming out. I think next weekend is the pre-release for it. It is Star Wars Unlimited, which is a card game that me, Nick, and Jimmy all got a chance to try out back at Gen Con, and we were super excited. It was a great game. It felt great to play. If you haven't seen it yet or checked it out, I recommend doing so. The way the game works, it works in phases, and then during that phase, player A will take an action, then player B will take an action. So it's more or less I'm doing my entire turn while you're doing your entire turn, but we're doing one action at a time back and forth. And what happens when a player no longer has an action or they want to just stop doing stuff, they take initiative. So during the next phase, they'll start their action first, and then their opponent will follow up from there. And it kind of breaks down to like interactions where it's like, do I take initiative now, knowing you could possibly do 1 to 2 more things this phase, or do I take initiative now, knowing that I could do something really cool at the beginning of my next phase, or my first action could be hopefully very impactful to mess you up. So it has more of a chess element to it, which is pretty nice. I know I use that a lot when it comes to comparing card games, but the fact that you literally go back and forth, and then you have to figure out when do I take initiative to go first in the next phase, or do I continue pushing this phase and can maximize what I can do. The draws aren't super heavy in that game, but at the same time, it felt really good. We do have a gameplay of that coming out as well. I went ahead and printed the entire playset as proxies, just so we can start playing it and testing it out before it comes out. And hopefully next week, we'll get an unboxing for that. So if you guys are interested in Star Wars Unlimited, definitely let us know in the comments down below. We'll try to put that in rotations for Star Wars Unlimited, Digimon, kind of like every other Friday, alternating those back and forth until we want to add more to the channel that way. And speaking of which, I think we're going to try to just do a little bit more branching out. Obviously, Masters will be primary content of trying to do, at least trying to do 2 matchups in a deck profile, like how we kind of used to back in the day, but then sprinkle in some Future World, sprinkle in some other TCGs as well that we're enjoying and playing as well. And maybe I'll start covering more stuff on those other card games as well. I've just never really been a fan of those, but if you want to see me kind of cover, I guess, regionals or tournaments and whatnot, let me know, and I'll do my best to kind of like do what I can to get that information and put it out there as well. And I think that covers on what to expect this week. Yeah, that covers it. So some things that came out that I think was very interesting. We finally got the God Rare, and as soon as they release the SS3 Son Goku Wrath of the Dragon, I think majority of people realize, yeah, this is going to be the God Rare. Goku's an iconic character, so he's going to get the God Rare. And it kind of sucks. I would have probably liked to see a different God Rare once in a while, but I can't lie. This looks really cool. I like the angle, I like the dragon behind. I mean, obviously, it's from the Huragar movie. It it is very gold. They did drop the what the card actually looks like, and it yeah, it looks nice. Maybe it'll be the first one I pulled finally because we've actually not pulled a God Rare yet. Yet every set we've had the God Rare at our shop, someone's pulled it. Now, granted, I do have a box unopened of set 6 whatever the first God Rare came out with the Vegeta. I do have an unopened box still in my basement right now that I've thought about opening on camera just to see if the God Rare is in it. Because no one pulled it, and maybe that did have the God Rare. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But yeah, this card looks pretty great. And speaking of other cards that have came out, we've got the SPRs come out and the alt art leaders. I think these cards, when it comes to art, look absolutely amazing. I do have one problem with these cards, and I think a lot of other people had the same comment as well. They don't have the gold printing on them, and that kind of sucks. Like it feels like they went all out on this art, like on these arts. Like these arts look incredible, and I would love to get every single SPRs that we possibly can. But at the same time, it's like, where's the gold foiling? Like obviously on the trunks, you see it swirling. Boom, it should be right there. On Turles, it should be there. The Goku with the paths, the Vegeta, the electricity kind of, or the energy coming off him, and they're not there. And obviously, that's probably because of the collector booster. The collector booster obviously has the gold foiling, so they're probably just saving that for that instead, which is kind of like a slap to the face. But I get it. You know, you want what you want to sell to have the gold foiling printed on it. I would have liked to have the SPRs have gold foiling as well, though. Let me know in the comments what you think of that, because I think that's kind of a, I don't know, a joke. But like I said, the art looks amazing, though. I absolutely love these arts. I guess that's it. Wasn't really a lot to go over this week. Also, kind of went really quick on that one. When there's when there's not a lot of reveals, at the same time, it gets kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna tell you what's gonna expect this week, my opinions on some of the things that have happened, and yeah, moving on. I guess we'll go into the next poll then, see what we got going on there. So we got the next poll going on here. Obviously, the meta cooler has been taken out, and so has the Trigger of Saiyan's been taken out. So we're gonna do once again 3 spins, put a poll up as soon as this video drops, and we'll go from there. So for the first, let's do a couple shuffles first. Boom, boom. And for the first spin we got going on here, let's find out. Another red deck, BT17. So BT17001 is the spaceship, Son Goku, Trunks, and Pan. Another kind of trio of Saiyans. But yeah, so that's the first leader going into the second spin. BT22115. Foo. All right. I've never touched Foo. I've only looked at Foo once when it comes to like when it first came out. I was like, oh, this is super exciting. But I've played against Foo a lot. I could pick both Jake and Jimmy's brain on this one as well. And also on Spaceship, I could pick both Jimmy and Fluff's brain on those builds as well. All right, so we got our 2 leaders so far. We got both Spaceship and Foo. Let's see if we get another one. Set 18. 89. Bardock Screw. Okay. So these are 3 interesting decks that I'm able to easily help by picking people's brains at our shop who would play this one. So like I said, so Bardock Screw, both Jake and Nick have played this deck a lot. So I could kind of build it, throw it together, what I think, and then kind of pick the brains on the idea of the video or the breakdown. When it comes to Foo, I can talk to both Jake and Jimmy, and then Spaceship, I can talk to both Fluff and Jimmy as well. So yeah, those are our 3 leaders. This will be interesting. I have no problem with any of these. And yeah, like I said, I don't think there's much else to talk about. I'm kind of scrolling through some things. So I think that covers pretty much the video for today. Like, there's not really much to kind of go over. So how about this? In the comments, let me know what things you want me to cover during this video outside of obviously taking care of the weekly updates and our poll. Yeah, we don't mind just kind of go over a few things, figure out what's what. So if you have any questions that I should possibly, adjust or go over like in the future, let me know. But with that, I think I'm just going to wrap this video up. And yeah, Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to our videos the rest of this week. There should be another one coming out today if it hasn't already came out. But yeah, bye.